What's going on, everybody? My name is Strider, and welcome to episode 23 of the unedited, uncut, full playthrough of Bioshock Remastered. My name is Strider, as I said before, and welcome to what I think might be the final episode. I'm not certain, I can't remember exactly, but I think this is the fight with Fontaine. I think we're about to have our final fight. Fontaine, yes, this is it. This is the final fight, guys. This should be the last episode of the entire game. Wow. Everyone who's watched up to this point, thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe.
In the hole, but you were also the closest thing I ever had to a son, and that's why this hurts. Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
Okay, loading in again. Let's do it. So what are we doing here? I gotta beat the crap out of you. Oh, drain him. Okay. Okay. There it is. Yeah. Oh my god, the ice is like, the ice is doing it. The ice is doing it for me, man. Okay. Yeah. Woo. Oh man, where do you go? Oh.
Good money for you. This is what I get.
Vulnerable in his chair. Stab him again. Now he's on the ice. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got my incinerate on.
You think I'm alone in this world? I got more than enough moms to watch my back while I recharge. I'll put you down.
Anti-personnel rounds. Just ignore the bots.
Catch my breath. I'm gonna bury you.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. Oh, that was insane. Oh my god, there's more people than just you now. Fire is always the best when he himself is not fire. Come on, come on. And for good measure, hold on, yeah. I was saying, for good measure, we gotta end it with the wrench.
I'm gonna cut you. I had you built.
There it
I
is.
sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family,
I know what is! And now...
I love the little girls just coming in, just superheroes stabbing him. Oh my god, the one little girl, she was the bravest. Oh man. We're just gonna keep hearing that sound. There it is. Oh my goodness.
They offered you this city.
They offered you the city.
And you refused it. And what did you do instead?
Yeah.
What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn. To find love.
They got really thin fingers in this world.
And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
I want to know, like, just, I'm that person. I want to know, how did he afford 30 plus children? Because I saved a lot of them. I saved like almost 20 of them. So how did I afford like 20 plus children? Maybe more even. All right, let all of the credits roll. That is rules for gaming. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have officially beaten Bioshock. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. This is one of my all-time favorite games. It's amazing. I love the concept of it. I love the way it looks even now. So many years later, I love the way it feels, the way it plays. Has a great system. I tend to be more gun heavy than some people. Some people play using almost strictly plasmids. And I know people have done challenges for it and stuff. Can you beat it using only telekinesis? Can you beat it only using a wrench? Shout out to Mitten Squads for doing that kind of stuff, and other people too. I've seen other people do it, but he's one of the main channels that I've watched. But like, I don't know. I love the story. I'm always a good guy. I don't think I could ever do a leech pull playthrough. It's just not how I am able to play games. So I don't think that'll ever happen. We will be moving on to Bioshock 2. Coming up in the next set of playthroughs, so that is an exciting thing to look forward to. If you guys have anything that you would like to see in Bioshock 2 versus what we saw in this one, make sure you guys comment down below and let me know if there's like any restrictions or what you guys would like to see during that one, just so we know, just so I know when I get it started. And I'm just waiting for the credits to be done. There is a museum feature. We're gonna jump, I know. Here, I want to do this just to take the rest of the time. We still got another 20 minutes together. I like making these around 30 minutes long. It might not be, but I want to go through the museum. Welcome to the Museum of Orphaned Concepts, a guided tour of ideas that Irrational Games discarded or reworked heavily during the making of the original Bioshock. So I've never seen this before, so I really want to see it. Hold on. Exhibit Hanging Sea Life. Tour of ideas that Irrational Games discarded or reworked heavily during the making of the original... Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. Hanging Sea Life. Not as much as a cut concept as an Easter egg for observant museum visitors. These sea creatures can be seen swimming past the player's view during the bathysphere ride down to Rapture and Bioshock's opening sequence. Ooh, nice. So, okay. So when I look at this stuff, okay. So, exhibit slow profum. Irrational's an internal name for this prototype Big Daddy variant, who mauled players with an enormous hook and fired iron bearings from a barrel, stood for slow projectile fucked up melee. He survived long enough to become a fully functional AI, but the team eventually cut him to focus on polishing the other Big Daddy types. This model later appeared in Bioshock 2 as the Rumbler, throwing miniature turrets instead of cannonballs. Oh, cool. That explains why they had such a Bioshock 1 feel to them when I saw them in Bioshock 2. Ooh, this guy looks crazy. Early Bouncer. This original model for the Bouncer type of Big Daddy featured a flat-headed drill at the end of each arm. The Big Daddies were envisioned as the builders of Rapture, with weapons modified from tools that they would have used in its construction. When the Gatherers were reimagined as little sisters, one of the Bouncer drills was changed to a gloved hand so the two characters could interact with each other. That makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That they gave him a single hand. Well, gave one of them a hand so that way they could actually pick up and hold things. Ooh, are these some of the original? Okay, the Gather. It may be hard to imagine that this creature, whose job it was to reclaim Adam from corpses around Rapture, was the earliest iteration of the idea behind the Little Sister. Since the Gather generated absolutely no sympathy from players, the team experimented with concepts for featuring a number of animals, including the infamous dog in a wheelchair, and later a grotesque miniature humanoid. Finally, a concept sketch of a deformed child inspired the eureka moment responsible for the Little Sisters. Oh, that's awesome. What is this? Forest concept art. Irrational's artists tried to envisage how an underwater city would actually function in this early conceptual work of Rapture. One idea imagined a thick forest for the purpose of oxygen exchange, seen here with an observation catwalk running around the edge. The concept of using trees for oxygen changed made it into the final game in the Arcadia level. Oxygen exchange made it into the final game. Okay. That is cool. I love all this. Yeah. Hanging sea life. Ooh, here's some cool stuff. Okay, what is all this? This is all stuff that definitely didn't make it in. Okay, so here we go. Stitchy. The first splicer that Irrational created for Bioshock, Stitchy, was used in many early concept demos and was fully functional in-game with kinematics, hit reactions, and voiceover. It took us that long to realize he wasn't a good model, says lead artist Sean Robertson. This is probably the worst abortion that Irrational has ever made. Wow. That is cool. Yeah, he's got a shotgun in one hand. Okay. Early Splicer concept art. These are some of the first concept sketches to show Bioshock's enemies moving in a more human-like direction. Artists coupled that approach with the idea that Adam deformed the body in a way that related to its intended function. For instance, a giant grotesque arm on a melee enemy. This is early Slicer concept art. These are some of the first concept sketches to show Bioshock's enemies. Okay, for instance, a giant grotesque arm on a melee enemy. Okay, so those are the same. This Priam hand. Before solidifying the fiction around Adam, Irrational experimented with the idea of it being an external injected substance. Here you can see us playing around with Adam being mechanically injected, said lead artist Sean Robertson. So this splicer's got vials of it on his belt. This model was created but never made it into the game in any form. Wow. These are cool ideas. I'm glad that they didn't use them. Here we go. Early Splicer concept art. Moving from grotesque to human was a slow process. While early concepts saw the melee enemies grew monstrous arms, the team had trouble conveying how someone who had spliced to become a marksman would appear. Yeah, that would be kind of tricky. Early Big Daddy concept art. Those are early concepts for the Rosie type of Big Daddy, who, like the Bouncer, was envisioned as a construction worker who had been repurposed as a protector for the Gatherers. Yeah, the Gatherers, I think, would have been a hard sell. Ooh, what is this? Protector concept art. The Big Daddies, originally called Protectors, were envisioned as dive-suited construction workers retasked with the defense of atom gatherers that used construction tools or improvised weapons that looked like they had been found on the seafloor. From left to right are early concepts for the melee, ranged, and slow projectile protectors. Cool. I kind of like where they got to with it. Like I like the idea. It looks like they went extreme and then pulled back. Like they went all the way to like full like super mutant style Fallout super mutant style, and then pulled back from there, being like no, they're not like mutated. They're like not mindless zombies kind of concept. Okay, so it's this Grenadier Splicer. This gray elephantine splicer was an early Grenadier from the same period of development as Stitchy and Hooker. He was a guy who spliced to carry around giant grenades and throw them at you, says lead artist Sean Robertson. The model was built and textured but never animated. Ooh, cool. Oh, I like that I can get actually like full up behind him. Oh yeah, they never even finished like putting a full model on like their satchel, on like the peripherals and whatnot. Ooh, early environment study. The location depicted here was built for the Vision demo of Bioshock, a small level demonstrating several of the key elements of the game, such as the Big Daddies and Gatherers. Ooh, nice. Neptune's Bounty concept art. This area appears in the Neptune Bounty level of Bioshock, but the bodies floating in the ocean were cut late in development when their cast shadows proved too distracting from the action in the room. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I like that. And then, oh, Spider Splicer, right? One of the first ones. I like this. I'm glad that they didn't do it. This is a little much going on, and oh my God, it has some booty to it. Okay, that's a lot of booty. It's a lot of cake. Created around the same time as Stitchy and the Grenadier, this splicer was dubbed the Hooker. Again. Anyways, makes sense. Name makes sense. Because of her weapon of choice. Oh, this is a female too. Okay. Oh, yep. Okay. Nope, I get it now. I see it. Okay. Anyways, yeah, the Hooker. Her weapon of choice. This concept evolved into the Spider Splicer when it was decided that Splicer models could fill any behavior role, and the Hooker model later became the Baby Jane Splicer. Oh. Gotcha. Cool. I'm liking this. This is really cool. I like this. Big Daddy concept art. This is an early concept depicting a Big Daddy bursting through a wall, which inspired the audio log in the Big Daddy training grounds area about a rogue Big Daddy. The player then encountered him at the end of the level. Yeah, I remember that. I just did it. Sub Bay concept art. This is a concept sketch depicting what would later become Submarine Bay, an area which housed an important scene for Atlas. Yeah, but none of those were there at the time. Hanging Sea Life, still there. Ooh, another model. Okay, but we'll get to that in a second. Fleet Hall concept art. This early concept for Sander Cohen's Fleet Hall was created after level building had begun. When the designers found they were having difficulty conceptualizing the theater space, it was one of the earliest spaces built for Bioshock, and many of the assets used in this museum come from that area. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, this is definitely the theater. How do I get up there? I want to go up there. Anyways, hold on, we got this one over here too. Iconic Rapture concepts. This was the first image that really captured all the visual elements that made Bioshock. A large view of the ocean, the aquatic lighting scene, and the elegant Art Deco design elements. Without this image, Bioshock would have been a radically different beast. This is awesome. I love this. Like, this is the water coming down. Rapture being a leaky bitch. Oh, we're at the end already. Okay, what's these? Iconic Rapture concepts. This is one of the several paintings that tried to portray the most important elements of Rapture at once. These images would help define the ruined underwater Art Deco aesthetic that the team was attempting to capture. Yeah. It's cool. Anyways, let's see what we got here. Yam Hand model. This character, derisively called Yam Hand around Irrational Games, was the poster child of the conceptual phase that preceded the decision to go with human enemies. I'd point out the drawings behind the model, says lead artist Sean Robertson. You can see the top one got built, but the other two informed the design as well. As we trended more towards humanoids, the Scooby monsters got goofier and less scary. Uh-huh. I get it. Missing link model. This character is essentially the missing link between the grotesque early designs and the human splicers that appeared in Bioshock. This is the last bad model we did before moving on to what actually went into the shipping game, says lead artist Sean Robertson. After playing with him for a while, we just said, why don't we use humans instead? I always thought of these as Scooby-Doo monsters because they were too inhuman to invoke empathy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of true. Like, you build an enemy that looks like this, and all a player like me is going to think is, okay, this thing has to die. And there's nothing to it. I don't care about the fact that it has to die. It has to die. That's its point in the game. What is this? Early creature. These are some of the earliest pieces done for Bioshock from back when Irrational was still working on SWAT 4. The only concrete ideas at this point were an undersea city and biological experimentation. So early concepts focus on those themes. Gotcha. I got this one. Focused on those themes. Yeah, So one of the original Big Daddies, slime from sludge, blood on inside of glass ports, tarnished brass. So yeah, some of the earliest forms. Wow. Just all this. I wonder if this building sits in the game. Like, that would be cool if like you could catch like the tiniest hint of this building looking out at another piece of it. And Rapture is so big. Like, that's the thing. It's like Rapture City. Like, look at this thing. Like, you can't even really see all of it, but look at this cityscape. And you don't even go to that many places, like, in the actual game. You go to 8 different like areas. Is there anything on this side? No, there's just no way to go anywhere this way. Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna end it. We beat Fontaine. It's weird to think we beat Fontaine in this episode, and now we're sitting here in a museum. Quit to the main menu, yes. And now we're in a museum looking at what's this additional content? Welcome to the Bioshock challenge rooms. The Ion team, a shocking turn of events, world of hurt. No weapons and no damage dealing plasmas. Find a way to defeat the Big Daddy and rescue the little sister. Okay, save the little sister trapped at the top of a malfunctioning Ferris wheel. To save the little sister, choose from a wide variety of tools, weapons, and strategies in a set of combat arenas. Ooh. That's cool. I guess those are like puzzle games and stuff. So let me know, guys, in the comments if you want to see me try any of those out. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the other ones. But as always, I appreciate when you guys do watch these all the way through. Shout out to the Patreons. You are few, but you are mighty. $1 a month, ladies and gentlemen. A single dollar a month will help support me on my path to growing the channel. Also, will get your name on the Patreon board and my undying gratitude. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already to make sure you get notifications for whenever videos go up from Bioshock 2 playthrough, Infinite. Comment down below if you want to see me play that additional content. If you guys want to see me play any other game series, I am going to be moving into the 2 from Bioshock. I'm thinking about doing Fallout, maybe even Skyrim. There's some other ones I want to do also. Any good story-driven games I want to try and play if I can for you guys that aren't like 150 episodes long kind of situation. But thank you guys so much for watching the entire playthrough of this. This is, again, like I said before, one of my absolute favorite games of all time, and I'm so glad that I could play it for you guys. I might go really old school. I know I have a mini Super Nintendo, so I might even be able to go into like Link to the Past from The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, or like Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. That one's a good one in my book, and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think. Sorry I didn't get all of the Power to the People stations. I can't believe I killed Sander Cohen when I didn't need to. I didn't even think about that being a thing. It's been so long since I played this game. But anyways, I've held you guys here long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and I will see you guys in the next episode when we probably start Bioshock 2. Goodbye. And thank you for spending this time with me on this game.